Why do so many people question the true origins of North Indians? Ram, and welcome to Heritage Unfolded. For centuries, the question of Aryan origins has captivated historians and ignited fervent debates. Did a wave of nomadic invaders sweep into the Indus Valley, forever altering the course of Indian civilization? This is the central premise of the Aryan Invasion Theory, a concept that has profoundly shaped our understanding of India's past. However, recent scientific advancements and archaeological discoveries have cast serious doubt on this long-held belief. This essay delves into the heart of the Aryan Invasion Theory, examining its origins, its claims, and ultimately, its disintegration under the weight of scientific scrutiny. The Aryan Invasion Theory emerged in the 19th century, during a period marked by significant European expansion and colonialism. This was a time when European colonial powers, particularly the British Empire, held sway over much of the world, including the Indian subcontinent. British scholars, eager to legitimize their presence in India and assert their superiority, seized upon linguistic similarities between Sanskrit and European languages. This discovery, they argued, pointed to a shared ancestry rooted in a hypothetical Proto-Indo-European language, suggesting a common origin for many European and Indian languages. According to their theory, a group of nomadic warriors, known as the Aryans, migrated from Central Asia into the Indian subcontinent around 1500 BCE. These migrations were believed to have been a series of invasions over time. This invasion, they claimed, led to the displacement of the indigenous Indus Valley civilization, which was one of the world's earliest urban cultures. The Aryans were said to have established the Vedic culture, which laid the foundation for Hinduism. This theory has been a subject of much debate and controversy, influencing both historical and political narratives in the region. The Aryan Invasion Theory rested upon two primary pillars: linguistics and archaeology. Proponents pointed to the similarities between Sanskrit and European languages, particularly in grammar and vocabulary, as evidence of a common origin. They argued that these linguistic parallels could only be explained by a large-scale migration of Aryan-speaking people into India. Furthermore, they cited archaeological evidence, such as the decline of the Indus Valley civilization and the emergence of a new material culture associated with the Vedic period, as proof of an invasion and cultural replacement. However, the advent of modern genetics has revolutionized our understanding of human migration patterns. DNA analysis, particularly studies of mitochondrial DNA, mTNA, and Y chromosome DNA, yDNA, which are passed down maternally and paternally respectively, has failed to provide any evidence of a large-scale migration into India around 1500 BCE. These studies indicate a high degree of genetic continuity in the Indian subcontinent, dating back thousands of years, suggesting that the population of ancient India was largely indigenous and not the result of a sudden influx of migrants. Section 5. Archaeological reinterpretations, continuity, not replacement. Similarly, recent archaeological research has challenged the traditional interpretation of the archaeological record. While it is true that the Indus Valley civilization declined, there is no evidence of widespread destruction or abandonment that would be expected from a violent invasion. Instead, scholars now suggest that a combination of factors, such as climate change and shifting river courses, may have contributed to the civilization's decline. Moreover, the emergence of Vedic culture is now seen as a gradual process of cultural evolution and assimilation, rather than a sudden imposition by foreign invaders. Section 6. Deconstructing the myth, unmasking colonial motivations. The debunking of the Aryan Invasion Theory raises important questions about the role of colonialism in shaping historical narratives. It is now widely acknowledged that the theory served a convenient purpose for British imperialists. By portraying the Aryans as a superior race who brought civilization to India, the British sought to justify their own rule and create a sense of historical discontinuity. They argued that Indians were incapable of governing themselves and needed the guidance of a more advanced civilization, namely their own. Section 7. The Out of India Theory, an Alternative Narrative. In light of the evidence against the Aryan Invasion Theory, alternative explanations for the origins of Indo-European languages and Vedic culture have gained traction. Scholars and researchers have been delving into ancient texts, artifacts, and historical records to piece together a more accurate narrative of human migration and cultural development. One such theory is the Out of India Theory, which proposes that the ancestors of Indo-European speakers originated in the Indian subcontinent and migrated outwards, spreading their language and culture to other parts of the world. This theory challenges the more widely accepted Aryan Invasion Theory, which suggests that Indo-European speakers migrated into India from Central Asia. This theory is supported by linguistic and archaeological evidence, including the early presence of Indo-European loanwords in other language families. Linguists have found similarities in ancient scripts that suggest a common origin, while archaeologists have uncovered artifacts that point to a shared cultural heritage. The discovery of archaeological sites in India with cultural similarities to those found in Central Asia and Europe further bolsters this theory. These sites reveal a complex web of interactions and exchanges that shaped the development of civilizations across these regions. By examining these connections, researchers hope to gain a deeper understanding of the ancient world and the movements of its peoples. Section 8. Towards an Indigenous Understanding, Continuity and Cultural Evolution. The dismantling of the Aryan Invasion Theory has profound implications for our understanding of Indian history and identity. It challenges the notion of a sharp divide between an indigenous pre-Aryan population and a foreign Aryan elite. Instead, it emphasizes the continuity and resilience of Indian civilization, highlighting the contributions of indigenous people to the development of language, culture, and religion. It is a reminder that history is not static or monolithic, but rather a complex and ever-evolving tapestry woven from diverse threads. Section 9. Conclusion. Embracing India's complex tapestry. In conclusion, the Aryan Invasion Theory, once a cornerstone of Indian history, has crumbled under the weight of scientific and archaeological evidence. This theory, which suggested a large-scale migration of Aryans into the Indian subcontinent around 1500 BCE, has been a subject of intense debate and scrutiny for decades. However, recent advancements in various fields have provided new insights that challenge this long-held belief. DNA analysis has revealed a remarkable degree of genetic continuity in the Indian subcontinent, debunking the myth of a large-scale migration around 1500 BCE. These genetic studies have shown that the population of the Indian subcontinent has remained relatively stable over thousands of years, indicating that the cultural and genetic landscape of India has been shaped by continuous and complex interactions among its diverse communities. Archaeological reinterpretations have shown that the decline of the Indus Valley civilization and the emergence of Vedic culture were gradual processes, not the result of a sudden invasion. These findings suggest that the transition from the Indus Valley civilization to the Vedic period was marked by a series of cultural and societal changes that occurred over an extended period of time, rather than a single cataclysmic event. The theory's colonial origins and its role in legitimizing British rule further underscore the importance of critically examining historical narratives. The Aryan Invasion Theory was used by British colonialists to justify their dominance over India, portraying the subcontinent as a land that had always been subject to invasions and conquests. By challenging this narrative, we can begin to decolonize our understanding of India's history and recognize the agency and resilience of its people. As we move forward, it is imperative to embrace a more nuanced and inclusive understanding of India's past, one that acknowledges the contributions of all its people and celebrates the rich tapestry of its heritage. This means recognizing the diverse cultural, linguistic, and religious traditions that have coexisted and interacted in India for millennia. By doing so, we can foster a deeper appreciation for the complexity and richness of India's history and build a more inclusive and harmonious future for all its inhabitants. Please subscribe to our channel and like the video to stay updated with more insightful content.